Hello guys and welcome back to NRL Fantasy. One day away from Vegas. I know I'm very excited. I don't know about you guys, but I can't wait. So you can see the team here. This is probably going to be the final team. I don't think I'm going to be making too much changes, but we'll see with next week's team list. So at hooker, Reed Barney. With the news that he's playing 80 minutes, he's going to be a gun, and I think he's just a lot more value than, well, a Brayley or a Grant, who may just score similar. Well, he's about half the price. So, I'm also going to be putting the VC on him, just to lock in a Vegas player, so we don't risk a Cleary late outage or, a Campbell late out. Payne Haas, captain. We'll take the risk on him because he's such a good player. He's a gun. He's the most expensive player in the game, and that's for a great reason. Payne Haas will be a must-have for fantasy this year. Hamish Stewart and Trey Mooney. These two have tons of value, both starting, and both can make a ton of cash. I'm really excited on these two players, and they're both playing tomorrow. So it'll be fun to get their, scores pretty quick, rather than having to wait a week. Same with McEwen and Lukey. Both playing Vegas, both have tons of value. McEwen's a bit of a risk. Not many people are going for him. They're starting to drop off him. But I'm still keen to take the risk because, there's money that I believe can be spent elsewhere. Nathan Cleary. We're going to keep it simple here. You can get Moses and you can get Dylan Brown, or even Atkinson, but I'm not really keen on those guys. I think it's too much of a gamble. Moses is injury prone, and I'm not too keen on Brown anyway. I just think he's a bit overrated and won't produce as much with this Knights team. I'm also tipping them to lose against the Cowboys as well, which is why I don't have as many Knights players as I could. Lots of people are going Brown, Ponga, Best even. But I'm just sticking with these two. Heilum Lukey. In the past, he showed glimpses. I think he had a 90-point game a couple years ago. So at 300k, he's definitely a steal. So Cleary, he's just an out-and-out gun keeper. There's a bit of risk with Panthers if they don't keep form. They didn't look 100% in the trials, but that could just be an aberration. And Jaden Campbell, he's my pod for this season. I'm just really high on Campbell. I'm always high on him. I just think he has lots of upside. And Titans look good in trials as well. They weren't bad. And I'm a huge Jaden Campbell fan, so he's going to be in the team. Toya's a slight pod. I think he has a little bit of value in him, despite him being mid-range. He didn't score that many tries last season, and if he implements that into his game, I think he can be a much better scorer. And he can push, a high 40s average or a low 50. Who knows? Tommy Chester, winger fullback, centre dual, 250k. I think he's just a must-have. Not much to say about him. We can see how he goes. So we got Suliavli Flungo. With the news that Pappenhausen's out and won't be playing this year, he could be a gun. He could be making a ton of cash. So he's just got a lot of value in him. Nonu, he's just a placeholder for Fairmani. When he gets in the game, I'll be doing a straight swap. Reece Walsh. I'm big on Reece Walsh this year. If he continues his form that he had in the back end of last season, he's going to be an absolute keeper. An absolute gun. I mean, what was it? 490 scores in a row? That may be exaggerating it, I'm not sure, but 654k. I think he's much better option than a Ponga or a Turbo or a Kinney. You could go Tedesco. He was one I was tossing up, but I think age might get him this season. But who knows? He won the Dally M last season. So, yeah. Isaiah Papali'i. There's a little bit of value in him. It's just the minutes is a problem. We know he's an absolute beast when he plays. But yeah, the Panthers forward pack is quite large. They do have many options. And it can be rotated quite easily. So, bit of risk, but high reward. Same with Stefano Toikamanu. If he gets the minutes, this guy is a beast as well. I think he averaged 61 when playing 50 to 60 minutes last season. And that was with the Tigers. So with a more lethal, backline. And more like firepower with offloads and stuff. Stefano could be a beast. David Fafita. Cut price keeper. Minutes is a slight risk, but I think he'll play 80 most games. Or if not, 60 to 70. He's always been a gun. He's done it before. 500k for David Fafita. You'd be stupid not to get him. Macassini for the loop. He looked very good in the trials. So the thing is, so I've got him at 4th interchange. What I'll do, hold on, Setu 2 is meant to be in the second last emergency spot. Sorry about that. What I'll do for the looping strategy, if Setu goes good in Vegas, Fayamani into the 4, and then we just move a Patson up. Or, we could do Sanders, whatever. But yeah. Whichever player we feel. Yeah. They'll be going up. And we'll take Setu's score. But if not, we will just be keeping Faimani, putting Macassini back in the loop, and then properly looping Colquhoun and Sanders. Jesse Colquhoun. He's a bit of a boring pick, but there's some slight value in him. So he averaged 27.3 last season. I'm thinking he's going to be averaging high 30s, low 40s. Bit of value there. Ethan Sanders. This guy probably on goal kicking too. 350k. I think a much better pick than a Brown or an Atkinson. But that's just me. And yeah, so that's the team. Haas captain. Marnie vice captain. Looking at the leagues. So I am in the Supercoach Nuffs League head-to-head. I'm playing Titanic 2026. No clue who that is, but yeah. Let's hope to get a win there. And we're also in the Open League as well. For Supercoach Nuff. So shout out to him. And yeah, so that's the team. And good luck to everyone for Vegas. And I hope you enjoyed the video.